Well, hello, welcome to ILoveGay today. And we are in Orlando, Florida today, and we're here with Clayton Kirkland. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for having me, Matt. This is great.
Absolutely. And like others that I've had on the show, you and I have been connected on LinkedIn for a little while. And that seems like I would just say, like, out of all the things, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, and so forth, that's really the one where folks like you and I were able just to really stay in touch and communicate and in a way that we could never do before.
I agree. LinkedIn, I think, is a great resource. I've actually had people reach out to me before to network and talk about, the things that I do and how to do some of the career path that I've taken and those types of things. And I love just connecting with people and chatting with people. And LinkedIn is a great area to do that.
And then, now you have a book, Happiness Trek, 200 Lessons for Happiness. And LinkedIn has probably been the perfect place for you to be able to kind of get the word out about that. But yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. So I'm a life coach and a public speaker as well, and a meditation instructor. And I took all of those things and all of those learnings that I've had and put them into a book on happiness called Happiness Trek 200 Lessons for Happiness. So it covers a broad range of lessons. There some are going to apply to people more than others, but I talk about decisions to have children and how to maintain romantic relationships, or how to deal with certain emotions, or different types of people. I also talk about meditation. It's very important. I think it's a practice that everyone should incorporate. But it was a fun book to write. I'm actually starting to write the second book as part of a whole series. The next one is going to be on happiness in the workplace.
Oh, wow. But that makes a lot of sense. In the sense, in what I mean by that is that, you've created this, you wrote this book, but you're out there and you're kind of networking and sharing ideas and so forth. And you're really utilizing, I think, a lot of the technologies in a great way, because I saw that recently you're doing webinars now. And like the topic that you were focused on this one was perfection. And it really ties in nicely with everything you do.
Yeah, thank you. And I consider myself a recovering perfectionist myself. So the webinar that I'm doing, it's a 12-step program similar to other 12-step programs that we've all heard about before. I used to be so mired down in being a perfectionist, and it would bring my self-esteem down, and it would put so much anxiety and pressure on me. And I finally learned to just let myself be human and allow myself to be human and
Yeah.
understand I'm fallible. I make mistakes like everybody else, and take some of that pressure off of me.
Yeah. Is perfection one of the 200 lessons for happiness that you talk about in the book?
It is, yes. It's definitely one of the lessons that I cover in the book as well, on how to just you need to get to a place of active acceptance and understanding where you are before, and accepting it before you can actually make that change and take the steps to get over it and have better mental health and physical health.
Yeah. Are there other lessons out of the 200 that kind of jump out that you'd like to share with us?
Well, one that I mentioned already, and I think this is one of the most crucial, is giving yourself permission to be human. We compare ourselves to other people all the time. We're constantly putting pressure on ourselves. Other people are putting pressure on us as well, and you just have to let yourself be a human being sometimes, and let go of some of that pressure that is being put on you, and you can live a much happier life once you get to that point.
Yeah, you learned. I'm guessing because I've also known that because you've been in Disney parks in the world of HR for quite some time, and I'm assuming that a lot of the lessons, life lessons, on a personal level and work wise, and in this book, I'm sure a lot of that is all has come from that experience.
Yes, I love working for Disney. I've been with the company for 28 years, and the majority of that time in human resources and various roles. And I've seen the company at their best times, and I've seen the company at their worst times. And I've had to interact with employees and sometimes deliver bad news during those times, but also getting to roll out great new programs and initiatives and everything, because the company really does support their employees a lot. So human resources is one of my favorite career fields. I think it's a great area to work in, and Disney is one of the best companies I think you could work for.
And I must say, my husband went to Gay Days, so he was in your town last weekend, and he went with some friends, and I was just really blown away and amazed, not only from the photos I was seeing from how Disney has totally jumped in and made sure it's very clear that they're embracing and supporting the LGBT community. But they're also making social media posts that were really showing that they are there with us for Pride. So that was nice.
Yeah, I agree. And I think our executives would be the first ones to admit they haven't always taken that philosophy. For the longest time, the company did take the stance of it's a private event that takes place at our theme parks that we are not sponsoring or part of. But they really have come around and embraced it. It's a huge event that brings a lot of people and a lot of families, that may be different from some of the standard families that we know. And Disney has done a great job of embracing the LGBT community and making us feel welcomed. And I really applaud them for that.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you. But when you're talking about families, you're a family man as well. I love the pictures on your social media with you, your husband, and your daughter.
Thank you. Yeah, my husband and I have been together for 25 years, and we have two children, both that we adopted from foster care. So one is 26 years old, and he's out living his own life and having fun. And then we have a almost 8-year-old daughter who is just fantastic, and she's the just the joy of our life. So.
I love hearing that. I think that's what I would just say. I gather that from all these experiences we've talked about it and more, that I think it'd be wonderful for folks to be able to take a look at what you put together, and I'll make sure there's links to everything there as well. So when we post this, especially on YouTube and so forth, we'll make sure there's links to everything for them to buy the book on Amazon and so forth.
Fantastic. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a lot of this is taken from some of my learnings. I'm currently a student actually studying happiness studies at Centenary University, but some of it has been my life experiences as well. I haven't always had a happy, perfect, joyful life. I've suffered just like everybody else suffers.
Yeah.
And I wanted to create an outlet and opportunities for people to grow and experience that happiness that I have reached now at this point in my life.
Yeah. Well, fantastic. Well, I'm just really glad you were able to take a few moments of your time and share a bit of your story and the work you've been doing with our audience, and look forward to, seeing where all this goes.
Great. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you having me on. This has been great.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again now.
It feels good, so good.